Have you ever craved a savory meal that'll keep you full for hours, but either you don't know how to cook or you don't have enough time to make one? After this quick show how, you will know how to make a very quick and easy, plus a very healthy, egg and cheese sandwich. So I actually make this sandwich very, very often simply because I don't have enough time to go out all out and make very fancy and extraordinary meals, but this is healthy and it's very time efficient, so it works for me. I'm going to quickly explain why being able to cook is such a necessary skill to be able to possess before going on to this recipe, if you will. So, as I said, to put it blatantly, being able to cook properly is actually a very helpful skill to be able to have. It allows you to make your own healthy foods, which in turn gives your body the nutrients, that it needs, and in turn that makes you healthier, and that'll end up making you more lean and more fit. Um, Also, while already made meals and fast food may seem very, very time efficient and cheap and tasty, it's actually really, really bad for you. If you look on the ingredients, you'll see a ton of sodium is packed into those, sugars, very unhealthy fats. It's just not good for your body at all. It also increases your risk of heart disease, heart stroke, depression, acne, respiratory issues, and those are just a few issues that you run the higher risk of having after eating fast food and already packaged meals for so long. And if you live with other people in the house, whether they be your family or your friends, and they're eating the exact same type of food that you're eating, do you really want them to run those high risks too? I mean, if you truly care for them, do you want that? I mean, it's up to you, but so cooking also saves a lot of money. When you go out to eat at restaurants, instead of just paying for the food, you're actually paying for general restaurant costs, you're paying the staff, and you're also usually leaving a tip. So that money adds up. Whereas a meal at home might only be $5, a meal at a restaurant might be 15, even though you're getting the exact same thing. The Daily Utah Chronicle actually posted statistics back in 2017 that roughly $1,200 is spent a year just by an average American person spends that much money on fast food when they already buy groceries as well. And that's actually enough money for two students to go to Disneyland for a weekend. And while that I said was published back in 2017, more recent studies have been published in 2019 that say now the average American spends up to $3,000 a year on fast food alone. Just let that sink in. So, also being able to cook is a huge stress reliever, whether you believe it or not. It's very therapeutical, which in turn improves your mindset by a major sum, which makes you happier and in turn makes the people around you happier. It also makes you more confident. It increases your self-esteem by a tenfold. Because think about it, if you're good at something, say writing or speaking or playing soccer or whatever, that makes you more confident, right? Because you know that you're good at it, so you have a higher self-esteem in that area. Well, the same rules applies to cooking. If you're at least decent even at cooking, then that makes you more confident as a person. So now that I've gone over why cooking is an important skill to have, I am going to show you how to make this delicious, healthy, easy egg and cheese sandwich. So the ingredients that you're going to need are an egg. It could be a brown egg, a white egg, really doesn't matter. And then also cheese. And if cheese really isn't your thing, whether you're dairy free, whatever it may be, then you can go ahead and take it out. If you're good with just egg and bread, then that's up to you. So you're also going to need 2 pieces of bread since it is a sandwich. And if you want the bread toasted, then you're going to need a toaster. But otherwise, you're just going to need a pan, a spatula, and then a plate, and also a stove. If you want to be unique, I guess, you can always use a fire. So the very first step for this actually is putting your stove on medium heat. And if you are on the off chance using a fire, then you can just skip that step. Next, you're going to crack your egg into your pan, and while that is cooking, you're going to pop your 2 pieces of toast into the toaster. And like I said, while your egg is cooking as well, you're going to want to add spices to it, or if you don't want to add spices to it, that's completely up to you. I don't like to, simply because usually the spices that I think of are salt and pepper, and that just increases the sodium level, and I'm good without it. So then once you know it's ready to flip, it's time to flip your egg, it's going to start bubbling up, and unless you're doing sunny side up eggs, then you're going to want to flip it. If you are doing sunny side up eggs, then you're just going to want to go ahead and take your egg off of your pan and put it on your bread. So then after you flip your egg, you're going to let it cook there for about a minute or so. And then after that minute is up, make sure that it's done as to your liking, and then set it on your piece of bread, put your cheese on top, and then put your other bread on top, and there you have your egg and cheese sandwich. Now, if you want to add some more to that, you can always add a sausage to the sandwich as well. If you do that, I would suggest cooking the sausage before the egg, as sausages usually do take longer to cook. And also, if you want to add more vitamins and minerals and things like that, then go ahead and eat some fruit and some vegetables on the side as well. So all in all, what I have taught to you today is the fact that cooking really is a necessary skill to be able to possess. It saves you a lot of money in the long run, and it also makes you a very healthier person and reduces your risk at a lot of health issues in the future. And it's also a major stress reliever. And I taught you a recipe on how to cook an easy egg and cheese sandwich, which I hope you do use, because it really is delicious and time efficient. It takes like 5 minutes at most. So yeah, and in the end, really being able to cook does make you happier, and it makes the others around you happier. And as you know, a smile really is contagious.